Number one, and that's where I said kind of change your colors. Number one, I'm going to use this red marker to graph my number one. Okay, and I'm actually going to change colors for a minute. So all of these are going to be in the form of y equals mx plus b. Okay, where m is our slope or our rise over run, and our b is going to be our y-intercept, and that's where it crosses the y line. And some of you guys keep doing the x-intercept. You need to make sure you're doing the y-intercept, okay? And I'm going to put this in yellow. This is the one that you need to do first. You need to do this one first. And then my last little picture or notes for today would be if you have a positive slope or if you're going to have a negative slope, because that's really going to be important today when we're graphing. If your lines do not intersect and they are both going like this, then you did something wrong. Your slope is wrong, okay? Because it should be one crossing the other, and that point, exactly one point, where my fingers cross is going to be that solution set, okay? So make sure that yours looks like that. Sorry, I'm trying to do this so it's a little bit closer. And I know you probably can't see the yellow. It says first. Graph the B first. Okay? I'm so glad we're coming back to school next week. I miss you guys so much. I'm going nuts here without nobody. I feel like running out of stuff to do. Nobody to talk to. Boring. Okay. So we're going to graph our very first one, and we graph the y-intercept first, and the y-intercept is at -3. So we go down to 3, and we're going to put a dot. This should be... Okay, and then our slope is -4, and our slope is rise over run, so you could really put a 1 under here. So my slope is going to be 4 over 1, and it's negative, so that means my line should be going this way. So we're going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we got to go over 1. Okay, you're going to have to graph as many points as possible, so check and see if there's another point that you can make. Try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 1, and there is. You have to graph every point possible. And we say, well, could we go down 4 and over 1? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't. Okay, so now we can go ahead and make our line for this very first one. Okay, the second point, okay, the second line that we're going to be graphing, the y-intercept, we graph it first, is at +2. So go to the y line at +2 and put a dot. Our slope is going to be 1, or 1 over 1. There's really a 1 over 1 right here. Okay, so our slope is up 1 over 1. And this one is a positive slope because there's nothing in front of it. So that means my line should be going this way. And on all of these, your line should really be crossing somewhere. So we're going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And you have to go all the way down too and see where do all these points go. So down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And we can already see where our points crossed. They crossed wherever it's a red dot and a blue dot that I put together. So our solution set, okay, our solution is going to be this point. And I don't really care where you write it, but you can't just graph them and not do anything else. It's at -1, 1. So our solution is really -1, 1. Okay? And that's right here. It's -1, 1. And so we've solved for these by graphing. Whoever just joined, you need to change your name or I'm going to kick you out. Or turn your camera on for a second. Oh, good morning, Miss Dills. I was just about to call you this morning. You're on my list. So, let's look at number 3. And if you guys are not finished writing, take a picture real quick or a screenshot so you have it in the notes, okay? And then we're gonna go and look at number 3. There we go. Okay, so number 3. Okay, number 3, same thing. I'm gonna graph the very first one in red. Okay, so I graph my y-intercept first, and that's at -1, so we're gonna put a dot. And then my slope is 2/3, okay? And it's a negative slope, which means my line should be going this way, and that kind of lets us look at it and keep track. So we're gonna go up 2 and over 3, and we put a dot. Okay, and then I need to see, well, is there any points that I can go down? So I go down 2 and over 1, 2, 3, and put a dot. Okay, and I say, well, can I go down 2 more and over 3? Well, I can't go over 3. Can I go up 2 more and over 3? It's not going to happen. I've graphed as many points as I possibly could. And we can draw our line through it. Okay, the second one. Okay, my y-intercept is at +4. It's at +4. And my slope is 7 over 3, and it's also negative. So my line should be kind of going this way. So we say, could we go up 7? Well, we can't. So we're going to go down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and over 3. And I need to be going over 3 because my line is negative. So that's why I'm holding my hand up here. I'm not holding my hand up here. I look stupid. Okay, my line should be going this way because it's a negative. So, and that kind of lets me know whether I need to go. I definitely go up and down, but if I need to go left or right. Okay, and my other point's going to be right here. So where is the point red and blue? And that's going to be our solution. Well, it's at right here at this location, and that's going to be where x is 3 and y is -3. Can I scroll? I'm gonna assume yeah. Okay, 5. Okay, I got this very first one. I graphed the y-intercept first, and that's at -2. And my slope is 4, and it's really rise over run, so it's gonna be 4 over 1. Okay, and it's negative. That means my line should be going this way. Okay, so I check, see if I can go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1. We can see if we can do that again. 1, 2, 3, nope, I can't go up 4 anymore. Okay, what about down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, can't. Okay, so I gotta use this one. I've graphed all the points I could, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw my line. Okay, and then I'm ready to graph this one. Okay, and this one is a positive slope, so my slope should be going this way, and we start at the y-intercept of 3. Okay, and my slope is 1, so I can go up 1 over 1, because there's really a 1 in front of there. Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Okay, you cannot do this, and I want to take a second to show you. If you've already were working ahead and you did this, then you're wrong and don't do it. Okay, you can't just graph one point and then say, you can't do that, okay? This is not a sloppy or a lazy day. You actually have to graph all of the points, and they should be going through correctly. Before, I'd be like, oh, graph them and draw a line. You need to graph as many points as you possibly can. Otherwise, your stuff is invalid, okay? So we go up 1 over 1, or down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. Okay, and my solution set, or my answer, is really going to be this one. Okay, and it's going to be at -1 and +2. Okay, these are x comma y, and so I go and find the x value is at -1, and the y value is going to be at 2. Okay, because this is the y and this is the x. okay?